Hey, Jupiter. Now, I don't know what's cracking with this. Now, I'm making some tea, Jupiter. Not some tea. I'm making some soup. It was a last minute decision. I'm gonna eat that with some sandwiches, right? With a sandwich, some chicken breast I took out. I'm gonna just cook it. I'm making some soup down, but I'm boiling down my broth with some squash, yellow squash. I know Jupiter said orange, but I have to use what I got. It's freezing. It's like fucking 7 degrees outside, guys. My legs, I can't go walking to do all of this stuff outside. My legs. Sag. Okay, but let me finish it off. So I was saying, like, with the police, right? So with part 3, because I didn't want to close it, just leaving it just like that. Plus, I didn't even get a chance to get to the cards, right? So I do have like my psychology deck right here with me. Now I do have questions on the back of these cards. I think it's 2 decks together. But it's when a card comes out with a question on it, guys. Like, now, what do you want me to do? My butterfly, I didn't finish it yet. I guess I did want to put some stone in it, but it's just sitting here, right, catching light. I don't know, yeah, if I'm like exactly finished with it or not. But okay, see the King of Wands is up here at the top. Clouds, right at the top. And this deck, Sag 6. Do you trust your partner's advice, Sagittarius? Now Mars came in, yeah. So now this is, yeah, it has to be. See, because I can't make this shit up. The I am presence, right? Yep. I am. The Ace of Wands is right there. Now for me, it's Jupiter. See the Will and Ego, Temperance, the 25, but it is fire energy, and then the 8 of clubs. So it's, yeah. Oh my God. It's a mountain. 21. Higher perspectives. Delays. The challenge card. Sag. So with the Ace of Wands being there, because Mars is in Cancer. Mars is firing all of that stuff. So yes, guys, it has to do with the fires that's happening in California and the firemen, obviously, that are putting the fire out. And yes, so like when it comes to like it's perfect. It's my segue into what I was talking about, like the red, black, and green, and unity consciousness, and all of this stuff as it relates to also. See, because Africa and apartheid was a big thing for me growing up. And Nelson Mandela. So, obviously, yeah, with fires and all of this stuff, fire starting and fire burning and using fire in terms of protest. And him also being like the King of Wands. But how do that apply? Like, how do the King... So, right, with King... Right, because there is always the opposite to every situation, Sag. You got to understand this, because a lot of our civil rights leaders were highly educated men. Here, domestic and abroad. They went through higher levels of learning, but they also had police records and stuff like that. They went to jail, they got arrested, and all kinds. They had extensive... jail records and criminal records from protesting and all of this other, disturbing the peace, all kind of stuff. Let's not mention what happened to them while they was doing all of this stuff. Firemen, fire hose, police, all this other stuff. But now that's what I'm saying. Now I'm more about, right? I'm a progressive in this way. I like to be moving forward, like everything. Yes, this stuff is all relevant, but now when you talk about the past and you dealing with the past, you gotta be clear about your reason for going back there and kicking up all of this stuff. Because now because it's energy, and energy is important. It's special. You don't want to be wasting energy, so you're gonna go to the past and kick up. I hate. No, thank you. I don't think it was exactly hate, but it was love for their country. Love, yeah, for the, how many, if we talking about the civil rights movements and the wars and the rebellions that happened, right? How many of our black, yeah, ex-slaves went into fighting, yeah, to the revolutions and fighting, right? Our wars and war wars and stuff like that we had, didn't have, right? Didn't we, right? Fight with Abraham Lincoln and all of this stuff, right? The war that was happening, right? When Abe was the president and all that stuff like that, right? I love Abe. Abe, thank you. Abe is saying it's not that important. But it was for love of all people. Guys, yeah. So fighting, yeah, but it was for, right? So the burnings and all of these things that happened, the casualties of war, on both sides, beloved, they were necessary in order to get us to where we are right now today. So every bit of sacrifice from the top to the bottom is all relevant, is all necessary. But now moving forward and learning from what our ancestors, right, what they left behind, right, the idea is to take what they gave us, right, for me, is how I teach it to my kids, and to ascend it. You take the baton and you keep going. So in that vein, when it comes to the Black Panther Party, and because the police and all of that coming from a place like Brooklyn, especially in my time, it's been very difficult. Ada want very challenging dealing with them, because in a place like out where I grew up, stop it first, and all of these laws that was affecting my community. Now I say this all the time. Yes, the police, they was using excessive force and all this stuff, because as a black girl, I stand there and watch them go through people's pockets and do stuff just because they being assholes. King of wants, right, what they had in the fucking cloud somewhere, of part of some ring, right? A ring of cops, because where I came from, stop and frisk, bitch, they be on like, it be 10 on this corner, 15 on the next corner, 5 on the next corner. But now, how much am I going to be able to complain when it's like, I'm like, shit, now I'm not going to complain about this, because I could walk all the way home. I could walk around in peace without worrying about some fucking Jack of Pentacles. Yes, see the Jack? Self-harming. It could be a barber, I guess. Dumped. War casualty. Swift and termination. Yeah, termination. That's what I'm saying. Jacks, in the neighborhood, who, are terrorizing the fucking neighborhood now. Come on. So you can't have one without the other now. Shit, either you want to be, now I walk around, I don't drive. In Brooklyn, driving is like a fucking liability. Where you gonna park at? Paying for parking, all this kind of stuff. So most people, we don't worry about that. The buses, the trains, they run all night, all day. Not necessarily. We could use the bus, the train. It's all kinds of ways that we could get around all night long. Gangs and all of this kind of stuff that's in the neighborhood. So what do you, it's either you're a part of the solution or a part of the problem. You can't have it both ways. So we knew that, okay, the police being here and having the police presence in here, now it's like a double-edged sword, because they are doing too much and they are disrespectful at times, and they are excessive and aggressive and all of these things. They are. But now, what do I value more? Because I'm not a criminal. No, I'm not a criminal, so I'm not criminal minded. The police is there to protect me, beloved. So I'm gonna just take, in this case, like Betty Wright said, right? I'm gonna take what I got and work with it. Which is, yeah, that one. If my mama comes in, oh God, that one. And I like to thank you. Yeah, that one. I like to thank you. I like to thank you for feel good. And I love you, baby. Cause you make me feel real good. And I love you, baby. Because you give me good love. Yeah, like Betty Wright said, like that. So, yeah. So I'm gonna just take what I got and work with it. And so we had people, I think Jay-Z was a part of it and all of this stuff, right, who worked to get that law overturned now, boy. That come on that shit. Yeah, it was crazy. But now, as a girl walking around Brooklyn, it was nice having protection all around me all the time, all them police officers. I ain't never think about dating no police. It's certainly like no New York City police officer, but I mean, it's just a personal thing. But I'm just saying now, yeah, do I need them there? Are they beneficial? Listen, I need to feel safe in my community, and these motherfuckers are out of control. The police are trained to deal with these motherfuckers. So now I can't have it both ways. I'm not a criminal, so I need the police. So this is what I'm saying. So I'm not one of these people. This is what I'm saying. See, like, what you focus on manifest. I'm not one of these people who let people control me and tell me like, you ain't gonna tell me how the fuck think. And all this snitches and get stitches and shit is a bunch of bullshit. And now we watch many movies about gangs and we learn that is a lie, and it only hurts our community to do that shit. Now I would say don't call the fucking police to your house, but go to the fucking precinct and complain. Don't, yeah, like if you're in a case of emergency, obviously you dial 911. But for me, it's a smarter idea when you have certain complaints about, or you have certain concerns and stuff like that in your area, in your neighborhood. Then you go into the precinct and you speak to somebody and let them know your concerns. Now, when you get there, because they are King of Wands and Clouds. Now, yeah, they are something out of a storybook. But like I'm dealing with. But like I said, I pray about this thing, right? I told, yeah, Father, please. And how do I deal with this? And how do I move with the ancestor gave me, right? Why? Yeah. Because now it could be a lot of anger that's attached to, right, the police and brutality and the things that they do. Even, yes, that they did, that they do that they do to us. Yes, they do. Yes. But like I was saying, the message that comes to me is love can heal all wounds. Love, right? Unity consciousness. I go back to the Black Panther Party and Fred Hammond, right? Yes, love, unity consciousness. Love, it can heal all wounds. If only it's applied to the situation, right? So I'm not responsible for somebody else. I'm only responsible for myself. Now, how can I walk around in the world every day talking about I'm a Hebrew Israelite woman and not come from a place of love? Because the Most High God is love. How am I going to walk around telling people that I'm a Hebrew Israelite and not mention God and love, because they are synonymous with one another? Because I take him everywhere it is I go. So whether I'm going he sees everything. I take him everywhere I go. So every time I go into the precinct to voice a concern, every time I go, every time I'm in a place where I'm dealing with them, he's with me. He sees all things. I'm not worried about it. But I go with the intention of loving myself, beloved, because I want to feel safe in my community. I'm coming here because where else do I go when I have concerns about my safety? Now, yeah, but I go with the intention of trying to heal a situation. And with them, I was just taught, right, God, Candy, listen, you gotta just take the high road, and you look past. Yeah, you gotta look past their fault and see their needs. Like, yeah, when it comes to the police, is what the Most High God tells me to do, Candy. Because matching anger with anger, fire with fire, how does that? It just creates more fire. It just fuels the fire. Where are we gonna get with that? Just more unnecessary bloodshed, more unnecessary casualty, more of the unnecessary. Aren't we tired of that? So then you gotta try some other. You gotta be the change that you want to see in the world. So since I deal with the Most High God, the Creator of heaven and earth, and love, and the principles of love, and I carry that around with me everywhere, then every time I come in contact with them, is what I do. Yeah, we was taught in New York, right, everywhere, when y'all put your hands up, so they know that, right, I'm not a threat. My hands are up, right? They up, officer, right? But I have a right to go in the precinct. You can't tell me I don't have a right to go in the precinct and make a complaint and say something. Yeah, and because is what I know to do. Now, when you leave New York, the precincts are very different. The offices are very different. But still, using my gifts and all of this other stuff, it's impossible. The police, now how I know, because I'm theory and practice. No matter what happens when I go to the precinct, and no matter, because I'm only in control of myself. I'm not in control of other people and what they think or whatever this is, right? But I always go with the truth, because this system, the American system, right, it works, but it works in honesty and truth. Because every time I go in front of it, every time I go in a courtroom, and because I'm telling the truth, beloved, I always win. I always win, because I go in there with honesty and truth. I'm not going in there manipulating energy, lying. I'm not doing no spell work and all this shit before I go in there manipulating energy. I go in there in honesty and truth, and everything that I'm saying and that I'm presenting to the courts, I can back it up with documentation, because I know how the system works, right? It works, but it works only in honesty and truth. And when we don't use honesty and truth, it end up with situations like OJ and Nicole Brown Simpson, and probably thousands of other women who die, at the hands of fucking, yeah. That's how the cracks in our system, that's how they manifest. And because I'm for women, so I'm a specifically, it ends with us, right? It ends with us ending up fucking dead. Killed sometimes by strangers, getting beat up by at work, getting assaulted, getting punched on, beat up at work, all kinds of stuff. Aggressive energy. When we see stuff and we don't say stuff about it. We are women. We are the ones that, and our children are the most vulnerable to violence in our society. So it could be, yes, but I mean, I'm just saying. But then the problem here is maybe because, beloved, I'm gonna tell you the truth. As a person who comes from Sag, no lie, as a person who has been grew up, right, in domestic violence, right, and all of this stuff, and a person who's been in a domestic violence situation herself, right, the only time ever for me. Because it only took me one time. Because I knew, looking at statistical data and reading about this shit, I'm going to be one of these bitches. I'm going to be dead if I stay here. I'm not. Now, what's the cause? Because I'm not homicidal and I'm not suicidal. I don't want to die. So what do? I'm going to listen to other people who tell me, well, stitches get stitches. You can't go. Yeah, well, don't go to the... Nigga, you must be fucking crazy. No, I don't know. I'm going to have to take my chances and go to the police and try to get some help. Because now I'm not going to die here. So this is what I'm saying. When we perpetuate this thing, stitches, well then, yeah, bitch, you the one who end up with getting stitches. Because you the one end up with this guy getting cut up and beat up and shit like that. I'm not with the shit. I'm not letting nobody victimize me and do this shit to me. So whatever I got, I'm not, no, I'm sorry. Well then, I guess I'm going to be a snitch. But bitch, I ain't going to be walking around. I'm not going to be the one. Yeah, stitches, I ain't get stitches. I had pins in my toes. Not stitches. So yes, I did go under the knife. And it was one of probably the most humiliating experiences I ever went through in my life. Because now, I'm going to tell you the story, Sag, a little bit of it. Now, I said I was living in Virginia, right? Now, prior to this, a lot of stuff was already happening to the incident. I was going to the precinct. I spoke to somebody from the fire department because we had a drug overdose in the complex. Somebody died. Everybody, all the women in the complex are fucking outraged and screaming over a guy who died of a drug overdose. Okay, right? Arguing and yelling at the fire department is relevant because Sag is here. Now, I'm like, wait a minute, because now, wait. They're yelling and screaming because the fire department came and walking and not running to the emergency and all of this other stuff, and the guy wound up dying. Somebody else had to hit him with the EpiPen, but the women was upset because they took their time getting there and all of this other stuff. But now, one thing I noticed about Virginia, because one time I spoke to a police officer. I used to just stop them on the street and ask them questions. I'm new there. I don't really know the code. I'm new. I'm trying to figure this out. I don't get it. Because this is different from where I come from. I'm trying to figure out, okay, how does shit work? And I asked him, okay, I was explaining to him about a situation about walking around. Like the women, you can't even walk around. The sexual solicitation, the psychological issues there are out of the storybook. There was a girl who lived around the corner in the projects who walked around. I swear she had a psychological issue. This fucking girl, she was young, walked around dragging a fucking pole to the fucking Richmond Library. To get back, because I go to the library all the time. She's walking around dragging a fucking pole. I'm like, I know why she's dragging a fucking pole. Because all the women I talk to in Virginia be like, bitch, well, you got to carry a weapon. You're going to have to carry a weapon. And in Virginia, no, weapons are out. And yeah, you ain't, nope, it ain't no hiding it. You got to let the motherfuckers know, yup, I walk around, I had a taser. I walk around with that motherfucker in my hand. Yup, in my fucking hand. Yup. Because, yeah, I need to let you know that, yes, I do. Yup, I'm going to fucking defend myself if you come over here, motherfucker, because they got boundary issues. So I spoke to the police officer about this. Like, come on now. My daughter goes to school. She's a high school student, sir. He told me that the police department is understaffed. So, okay. So I walk away. So I'm like, all right, this is a Commonwealth state. We are, we can carry here, right? So maybe that's what they saying, Kenny. Maybe, you know what, you're going to have to, maybe because you can have a gun. You do have a way, the right to bear arms. So you can defend yourself, beloved, if you need to. But then maybe that's the way that you should probably go. So maybe that's why I'm learning. In New York, we can't, not exactly. So I say, damn. Oh, God. Yeah. So later, this thing happens with the guy. He has an overdose. But let me tell you now, I'm going to tell you something I learned about Virginia. Now, who you are, see Saturn, there he goes. Your status, your reputation in the world, your career, who the fuck it is you are walking around that motherfucker. Because let me tell you something. These people, let me tell you, from being in the complex, living in that motherfucker. I don't know. Listen, you gotta be somebody important in order for them motherfuckers to show up. Listen, but gunshots, busts, all kind of shit happen, and I don't know. The police might come around the area, but come inside the complex and come see. I don't see the police walking around. I see people who have guns walk around with them drawn, walking around trying to see where to fight. Yeah, okay. You think I'm bullshitting, but I think it's something. And I said to myself, okay, so right, because I'm watching the patterns and stuff, so all the fights and stuff that happen, nobody calls the police. The police don't show up, because in New York now, how long is this going? Yeah, they're going to eventually show up. No, nope. Now I said, okay, so, but now to their defense, guys, the drugs is out of fucking control. And the drug overdoses, how in the fuck is they gonna? It's just Virginia, for God's sake, Richmond. I mean, how many fire departments do they have in Richmond? How the fuck is they gonna respond to all these drug overdoses? And how they gonna do this now? Let's be reasonable here. They have other emergencies too that they have to, yeah. So now, don't they have to prioritize this stuff now as it comes in? Guys, we gotta be reasonable. Sometimes we jump to conclusions about all of this stuff, but you gotta think about this, because I'm in the area. I'm there. I'm hearing all night. Fire trucks and ambulance, not exactly the police. Now, when you hear fire trucks and ambulances, who is that? Like, now we all know it's likely for drug overdoses, guys. So I'm just saying okay, I'm not saying that life is valuable, guys. It is, but now this is I study psychology. The psychology of a motherfucker that use fentanyl. Now this motherfucker got to be suicidal in this day and age. Now, and I know, if you take some fucking fentanyl, you could possibly overdose and die. Now, if you don't want to fucking die, why in the fuck are you taking fentanyl? Who the fuck is responsible for you taking fentanyl without, I guess, somebody being there to hit you with the fucking EpiPen or whatever it is? Because guys, you go look at the drug overdoses in your fucking area. They overwork the fucking EMTs and stuff, and the fire department. I know it. I know it just from how the fuck. Because who responds to that? So I'm saying to myself, now wait a minute. Everybody's complaining about them getting. I'm paying attention to this. Everybody's complaining about them not responding, and to a overdose situation, right? They not running in all of this stuff. I mean, I guess it's not appropriate for them to not be running, but shit, they probably tired from running from the one just before them a few minutes ago. Or how about if it was somebody having a heart attack or something? Or like the guy who was having a stroke around the corner while I'm walking from the store and is having a seizure, and then outside his house, and he's dying. He died. I swear on the way, this shit, that's how you know it's God. I swear, in Richmond, walking down the block, la 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 la. Now it's a street walker, because it is prostitutes, street workers, and especially on the line where I lived at. Me and her was super cool, because I sit out on the ledge and I sun gaze, right? I will burn the fuck up out the jail. And yeah, out at the complex. So the women, a lot of the people who walk by, they start saying hi to me. They know I live in a complex. Now, right? I'm working sometimes in the community garden. I be picking up garbage on the outside, picking up garbage in the inside of my complex, doing all of this stuff, just trying, right? She is a street worker, right? I'm not, but then I'm careful with walking around with them, because sometimes if they see me walking around, hell yeah, they will walk with me. And I'll be like, oh God, Father, please. But now I can't. Now I said this before. Now from sociology class, my professor who was Indian, she told me this. I swear, Shalene, because I'm like, everything is necessary for the balance, and she said, yep, even the common, right, street walker, the street, yeah, street corner, yeah, hoe, prostitute. Everything is relevant. So now, fast forward to 2000, yes. So I'm moving with that perspective. I've been to college. So I listen to, yeah, when they talking to me and all of this stuff, that some of them, they call me queen. They say, yes, queen. They address me as queen. Hi, queen. Yeah, these types of things, yeah. She is her friend, and she's outside screaming and yelling as I'm walking from the supermarket, because a guy who her friend is having a fucking seizure, and she's screaming, help me. I'm like, I just woke up to her like, what's going on? And she was like, please, can he help me, this guy? But later I had to leave. I'm like, yeah, let me see what I could do to help. I ain't even have a phone, guys. I don't walk around with a phone. That's the thing. I walked out of my house without the phone. I do it all the time. I'm just not thinking about it. But yeah, after it happens, in case of an emergency, I don't have one. But God is always with me, so I guess in case of emergency, He's there. And so after a few minutes, I didn't stay. After she got a phone and called the ambulance, I'm like, bitch, I'm out of here. I can't do it. I don't need nothing jump. I'm highly spiritual, beloved. I know I'm not fucking doing shit. I'm not transcending nothing. I'm not fucking doing. Let me get the fuck out of here before. Yeah, let me get the fuck out of here. Cause yes, spirits and shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck is gonna be coming off this motherfucker, but whatever come off him, it ain't fucking jumping on me, bitch. I'm out of here. I go see, but a few weeks later, I bump into Keisha. Like, Keisha, what happened with the guy? Right? She said, yo, Candy, this nigga, she said, Candy, he died. I'm like, yo, oh my fucking God. I'm like, yo, now, oh my God. But now, Keisha, I had married, I'm going to say her name, because Keisha is Keisha now. She is who she is. This is not a fucking lie. Ain't nothing going to happen to no fucking motherfucking Keisha. Keisha is a thoroughbred. I said, me and Keisha said, Candy, now, he was cool with me and everything. She was like, man, I don't understand this shit. She was like, he was cool, but she said something about Kenny. Now, you know what it is I do, right? I mean, yeah, I gotta do what I gotta do to live. But she was like, yo, I'm sick and tired of motherfuckers always judging me. They always on my back, always judging me. Yeah, stop fucking judging me and just pray my fucking strength in the Lord. I'm sick of this. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I get it. I understand. She was like, Candy, listen, check this out. I'm all about the money, Candy, I'm all about making the fucking money. But she was like, listen, she was like, listen. But now, I'm all about a nut, too. And I said, Keisha, now I'm from Brooklyn. I had to slap her a fucking pound. Because see now, Keisha, you got the right fucking idea. Because I agree. Pussy, bitch is not really for profit. Yeah, it's not really for profit. It's more about pleasure, Keisha. So, yeah, Keisha, rock on with your fucking bitch. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Keisha said to me, out of her fucking mouth, Kenny, now, listen, the money is good and all that. I mean, I'm for the money. But she was like, bitch, yeah, now I'm also for the nut too. I had to slap Keisha pound, bitch. I agree, cause now we getting somewhere, Keisha. I fucking agree. Now the money is good and all that shit, but now who? Okay, then. So that's what Keisha was telling me, and that's why me and Keisha we got along really well. Cause Keisha, I'm not into street doing. I ain't into now. We all. I'm not judging you, but I agree that pussy is about pleasure, bitch, not about profit. I totally agree, Keisha. So you got my fucking vote. And every time I seen Keisha after that until I left, Keisha stop and talk to me. Because I'm going to go get a beer. You want me to get you a beer? I be like, Keisha, but Keisha go off and who knows when she coming back. Like, yes, street walk, but it's everything. Keisha is so fucking real that even if you know Keisha, everybody know Keisha and Keisha what Keisha do. And she'll tell you, yeah, I do it and yeah, I know her. What happened to her? Where's she at? Because I had to leave really without really saying bye to a lot of people. I don't know. Hopefully Keisha is well. But it's the God's honest truth. I'm not gonna lie. What's gonna happen to Keisha? Keisha been living in Richmond way before the fuck I got there. I'm not from there. Keisha is from there. So everybody who's there know Keisha. And know what Keisha does. And a lot of the other women who's there. And also the balance that Keisha and the other women, even not, I'm not no fucking streetwalker. And I had to jump out my back window thinking that, it's somebody fucking, trying to come into my house. Because the day before it was a motherfucker knocking on my door. I have no idea who the fuck he is knocking on my door. And my neighbor tells me, Kitty, listen, this guy who was knocking on the door. Kitty, I'm not sure. I'm thinking, what the fuck is he gonna do? Is he gonna kick your fucking door in? I'm like, yo, I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck he was. She was like, yo, he just stood up there. I said, yo, I know he kept knocking on the door, but I stopped opening it. And she said, yeah, he ran down there and kicked one of the vacant apartment doors open. And she was like, yo, I called the cops on this nigga. Yeah. She says she called the cops. Now, I don't never remember hearing the cops. The cops didn't come and knock on my door or nothing like that. But my guides told me to call my landlord and tell her. And I did. Yes, I did. I called my landlord that night. And I think that it was Mother's Day. This happened. And I called my landlord and told her, like, listen, I had this guy knocking on my door. I don't know, who he is and stuff like that. But me and my daughter isn't here. This is the issue. The gates are always fucking broke. I don't got nothing to do with the fucking gates being broke. I don't even get a chance to use the courtyard. Because everybody, the dog shitting out there and all kinds of stuff. I don't have I can only sit outside the fucking gates and worry about getting solicited for sex. But after some point they stop because they know, well, she's not into that. They stop because I'm not a prostitute. I'm just sitting out here in the sun. I can't sit in the courtyard because it's being occupied, as you can see. I'm gonna sit out here. And eventually they started, at least they started leaving me alone out there. But it's the truth. What about those girls? So you trying to tell me that just because they are streetwalkers and all this other stuff that they don't deserve, that they don't have no fucking human rights? That they don't have rights as humans? Because out there in Richmond, now, yes, right by the park, they hand out needles and fucking EpiPens and all this other stuff. Isn't that humanistic to hand them out needles and all that stuff too? Yeah, they got programs that go out there and hand them needles and EpiPens and all this other stuff. So how would they? Yeah, but so they don't just. So okay, so because they out there walking in the street, they not valid. They don't have a point of view. They don't have right. They not humans, right? They don't have civil rights either. People still don't have a right to be victimizing them and shit like that. Now, yes, but it's still okay. They could be sex trafficking. Not sex trafficking. Well, I guess so. But right, I guess it is illegal. But who handles that? Doesn't the police handle that? So it is illegal, but they are allowed to do it. But so at the same time, okay, that could be true. They could be a prostitute. But if they get murdered, then it's okay for them to get murdered because they was a fucking prostitute. So it's okay for people to go, because who's murdering a fucking prostitute? So if a prostitute get murdered, then nobody should be, they shouldn't be prosecuted and stuff like that because she was a prostitute. Now, right, what are we saying here, people? That they have a right to be victimized and all this other stuff because they are in the sex trade? So yeah, like this is serious stuff. So even when you talk to people like strippers and all of this stuff, they gotta go through incredible lengths to keep themselves safe. Yeah, to keep men from assaulting them and victimizing them and all kinds of things. They still are human beings. And because they do this, right? Listen, everything, yeah. Because this is the nature of their work. Now we know what's going to drive them. It's all kinds of things that could drive them into such a profession. But now, yeah, I still a lot has to be said for this population, for these people. Yeah, for yes. Yes, for the trauma and the pain that they sustain doing this kind of stuff. Now, it falls on America. Yeah, because I'm here in America. So who deals with all of this stuff? Who pays for this stuff? We do as a society. Like, yeah. People do like all kinds of things. One of my favorite rappers, Cardi B, right? This is why I love Cardi B so much. I love Cardi, the Bronx. But because she say it in her song, she was a stripper. But honestly, like, just because she was a stripper don't mean that she was fucking every nigga she danced for. It's a profession. It could be considered a form of art. Especially from a place, yeah, with now strip, yes, from where she come from. So if you ask why she might be able, how she might be capable of going in a strip club, I hope Cardi don't mind, but I'm just using it as an example. Why she would be capable of going in a strip club and dancing and doing that and not really feeling right, it not really impacting her self-esteem, and why it might have empowered her is because her ancestry, where she come from. I believe she's Trinidadian, right, and Dominican Republic. They have, yes, dancing, yes, that dancing costumes and all kind of stuff, and this stuff, as far as the sex trade and all of that stuff, especially, yeah, it is highly problematic in certain parts of the world, specifically especially the DR, and certainly in Trinidad. Sexual assault, sexual violence, the women, what we go through when it's related, yeah. So yes, I just wanted to say that. So in terms of dealing with like Mars energy, right? And the first house, the Emperor. And with Mars and Jupiter and Leo energy, when it comes to fire energy and dealing with law enforcement and all of this stuff. But what I do is, because energy is everything, right? And the universe is able to read energy. So I use love. I just send hearts to them, love, and Richmond. I used to just go, I swear, on my SNAP benefit day, because I'm on the holistic practitioner. Going through this whole process and going through this whole it was hard for me. Yeah, now, yes. having to go to the pantry and doing all of this stuff. Yeah, it's not you. It was humiliating, right? In some way, going through all of this stuff. But it was, how do you learn humility but through humiliation? So you can't know one without the other. So on my, yeah, like on my right, getting it. So when I did, I used to go when I got yeah, like the benefits, some of the benefits back from applying it, all of this stuff. I did a lot of charity. I filled up the pantry closet around the corner with food, by the church a few times. I gave some to people in my complexes. Yes, I did a lot of charity with them. And also the police department, because yes, I did. I used to donate food to the breakfast to the police department, but mostly because I knew. So I know it's a lot of moving parts, right? I'm Jupiterian, all of this other stuff. So one day I just decided, you know what? I'm gonna write a letter to the police department, and maybe I should just introduce myself and let them. I know they know who I am, but maybe I should, right? And let them know who I am, because maybe, I don't know. There seems to be some sort of miscommunication here. I'm not a criminal, right? But I'm also not comfortable with identifying myself as a victim either. So I'm struggling with this. I'm not good at it. So okay, right? The one thing I know is food and eating, and how important it is to nourish ourselves and all this stuff with good and healthy food. And I figured they, are there working. Yes, they working around the clock. Breakfast, right? We know them as, right? Coffee and donuts and all that. But that wasn't, I don't know if I ever gave them donuts. But I did give them healthy, yeah. Coffee, tea. Food like I eat, that I'm used to eating, beloved. I'm used to eating organic food. So I go to the supermarket, and I buy but food that I eat, not going and buying good organic. Yeah, I'm trying to help you understand, right? What is, I don't know. I'm just following my guidance, okay? It's Jupiter telling me to do this, right? It is Jupiter. So I go and I get this stuff and I take it over there. I write them a letter and let them know. I'm an astrologer. My name is Shalene Crowder. I'm a holistic practitioner. I am, yeah. But I'm also an astrologer. So if you want to, get to me, then beloved, you're going to have to look up in order to contact me. Because being down there and what the fuck is down there? So for me, you're going to have to look up what's up there. Yup, Jupiter, who helped me sign this letter, yup, he's there. But if you look above Jupiter, and who's there? The Most High God, the father of my forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who walks with me every time I come up here and complain. So and even in this time, right? And even in this time that I'm coming in here to drop off food, it is with love. The Most High God knows my heart. And I said, no funny shit. Because everybody needs more nourishment. And I'm going to get to it in a few minutes. Why? I'm going to do Father because I know what they probably going to say, right? They probably going to be, because they could be jerks, right? They probably going to say all kinds of things about me because I'm bringing this food, right? And doing this. But I'm going to do it anyway. And I take them oranges and apples and all of that other stuff so they can eat well and be healthy. Because, they got a lot of work to do. I'm like, oh my God, Father, police. But now, doing this, and then, like, doing candles and gritting, and I was gritting for them like a motherfucker in Richmond. For the police department, and gritting, candles, all of that. Love, Father, please help me. And guess what? I knew it's there. How do I know? But how I knew that it was working, Every single time I walk outside of my complex, glory be to the Most High God, I see them. So I'm saying to myself, now, nobody can't really do nothing to me, even if they wanted to, because every time I go outside, I see them. Now, why would that be? Every time, I swear, every time I went outside, and it happens to me here in Philadelphia, it happens to me in New York, it happens to me everywhere I go, because intention is everything. It's with my intention to heal these things with the black community and black women, because we need them. Now, yeah. I don't want to perpetuate this thing where they are our enemy, because now I don't need my kids thinking that they can't go to the police for help. No, yes you can. You just need to be telling the truth. Now, if the truth is a problem for you, then that's a whole nother thing. But if you're going in there with truth and honesty, then beloved, then your truth will find you out. Yes, they will. And every time, it's a lot of moving parts. I swear. From the day, look, I'm biting my finger. From the day I came home from the hospital out of surgery, right? I needed me a cigarette so fucking bad. I ain't know what to do with myself. Now, I know I ain't had no business going to the store. But me being who I am, I'm like, fuck this shit. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about what no. I left the hospital with no narcotics. No, I don't want no narcotics. Just give me some Tylenol. I'm straight. I don't want no narcotics. Well, I needed me a cigarette though. I ain't had one in a couple days. So I'm like, I'm going to go to the store and get me some cigarettes. I took my walker because I needed it. I can't walk without it. And I think my daughter might have walked with me. Or maybe I walked myself. When I came home, it was a police officer sitting. I look up the block. He sitting right there by the park looking. Like, I don't know what he was looking at, but he was sitting there. So, alright, it's my perfect time. I'm going to walk to the store right now since he outside, right? Because I was terrified going back into that fucking complex. And I told the officer, I don't want to go back there, but okay. But when I walked, I saw him sitting in the car, sitting at the corner. So I'm like, okay, it's the perfect opportunity to go get me some cigarettes right now. Why they sitting there? So I went. But now, I guess maybe me noticing after that point, but every single time I went outside, because I'm injured, I can't walk that fast. I can't really walk. I got to keep stopping and all this other stuff. But also, yeah, I'm walking. Yeah, so I'm like, I don't fucking know what happened to the guy. I don't know if he coming back around. I don't know what happened to him. I really don't. So I'm not really sure as I'm walking around in the street. I'm not really sure of what's gonna happen. But I gotta go back home. My daughter is there. But every time I will police until I go back in the house. A few times. It depends on where I can't walk that for much. So usually if I gotta go to the supermarket, I'll walk straight up, go to the weed spot, get me a bag, right, a dime. Sometimes it depends, a nickel, because hell yeah, they sold me nickels. And yep, walk, because I gotta do all of this around Robin, one shot. So when I get to the supermarket, I could take the van back. I can't walk back. I take the van back with my food and stuff. Just do all of this stuff at one time. But I set an intention on my way to the precinct that day to deliver food, like, Father, then let me do it. And yeah, let me do it. Right? In hopes of healing our relationship with the Black Panther Party and the police, and right, Nelson Mandela and the Black Liberation Army. Then let me do it for that reason, Father. With the police, then let me do that. I'll do it. I do it because charity is important. It helps the ancestors and stuff like that. So let me do it. So that was really my intention for, because this is not what this is about. I don't hate the police. Like, I don't want But the fighter, I'm like, okay, but what the fuck is they supposed to do when they answering all of these calls? Like, what about the people who having seizures and strokes and shit? That man was laying out there for a few minutes before they even got there. I didn't hear the ambulance for that man until probably a few minutes after I got upstairs. They gotta prioritize. Now, come on. Now, and before I close, this is the thing with, like, yeah, what I noticed. Now, your status and your reputation in the world, it means everything. It means everything. It means everything in certain places. Because when I was leaving, and the guy downstairs came upstairs doing all of this yelling, talking about he gonna smack the shit out of my daughter, he gonna fuck me up, he gonna do all this stuff, because if he tell me one more time all this dumb shit he was doing, them motherfuckers, yep, like that. That not in all fucking cases, depending on who the fuck it is you are. Now, it's either you a part of the solution or you a part of the motherfucking problem. If you a part of the problem, then it's likely in some places your ass will be dead before emergency services get to your ass. So I was like, okay, check. Yeah, they came right away. So yeah, they came. Yeah, but I noticed this from being in that. It depends on who you are. If you a person that's in the street doing all kind of crazy shit, causing trouble and all that, it'll be a while before they fucking get there. But I can't say, just now, in their defense, I can't say that not with the guy who had an overdose, because he was pretty cool with me. He was in the back. I didn't even know he'd get high. But I seen it. In some cases, I agree. Man, I did. I gotta tell the fucking truth. I'm living in the complex, but I'm seeing things happening, all this stuff, but I'm also seeing the people who live in the fucking complex. And I'm asking, how in the fuck is y'all in agreement with this shit? The women, a lot of them, well, Kitty, you get used to it. Bitch. How the fuck do you get used to it? It's something no, bitch, it ain't nothing wrong with me. It's something wrong with y'all. Don't you got kids? Well, then what about your kids then? So they got to get used to it too? I don't think so. Not where I'm from. Where I'm from, no, I don't got to get used to shit like that. It's things that I can do. But now, if you benefiting from this situation, then that's a whole nother thing. No. Used to, bitch, you out of your fucking mind. How the fuck do you get used to domestic violence? How that shit drives you out of your fucking mind when your whole fucking complex is fighting? Every couple is motherfucker. No, it's not now. Oh my god, it's like all kinds of triangulations and shit like this person. So this is fighting that person, the guy's fighting. It's all kind of shit, but I am just like a fucking innocent. I can't, bystander. I have nothing to do with none of this stuff that's going on in the complex. But I'm suffering from it. So being that I'm an educated woman, I have the ability to look at these things from a higher perspective. Now, this is a two-way street. Y'all people can't, now come on. What the fuck is this? Because on the one hand, you saying you get used to it, so you used to it, but you only used to it because you benefiting off of this situation somehow. But what about the people who's not? Everybody in the complex are not criminals. So everybody gotta suffer because y'all benefiting off of all this crime and or whatever, all this shit that's happening. Y'all the ones who benefiting off of it. So y'all happy. But what about me? My daughter gotta walk in and out of here. I wouldn't even let my daughter, and my neighbor said this shit to me, Kitty, you something else. I'm like, why? She said, Kitty, because you don't even let your fucking daughter walk to the garbage bin and take out garbage. I said, no, guilty. Bitch, I don't know. I carry my own weight. I'll take it. You motherfuckers, you ain't gonna get it. Not if I can help it. You ain't getting your motherfucking hands on my daughter. But my daughter was very smart about this thing. She didn't walk. She used to walk in front of me. She ain't walk around. She would not walk with me. Now, why is that? This is the place where I live with me and my daughter. And if we walking, she don't even like to walk with me. Now, why is that? Now, why wouldn't she want to walk with her mother? And I had to ask her, Jemiah, are you embarrassed of me or something? Why won't you walk with me? Why? Why do you think that is? Every fucking person that I talk to in terms of service provider, helping me, trying to get help with this shit right here. Everybody, you know the famous question they ask me? Even my legal aid fucking lawyer asked me the same thing. The social worker in fucking the hospital asked, is it any way that you could separate from your daughter, even if it's just for a little while? I asked, is there something fucking wrong with y'all? How the fuck is you going to ask me to separate from my daughter in a traumatic situation as this? You motherfuckers, yeah, I'm going to get, yeah, you want to, you fucking with my Section 8, my housing, right? And all this other shit. You want to take that away from me, make me worry about being fucking homeless, right? And now you want to make me worry about fucking being separated from my daughter. Well, Virginia, you motherfuckers in there, you got that. But there's a, yeah, you got that because I'm separated from my motherfucking daughter. Which has never been, my daughter has never been in a domestic violence, not Jemiah, not ever in her fucking life. Not because of me. She has never been exposed to this. I'm telling these people, this shit is driving my daughter crazy. They're arguing and the fucking yelling at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. She got to get up and go to school. And somebody is downstairs yelling and screaming and kicking on somebody's fucking door. Because, yeah, like, yeah. All kinds of shit like this. Disturbing the fucking peace for everybody. So who do you call? I'm calling the landlord. I'm going to the precinct. I'm calling, writing letters. I'm doing all of this kind of fucking stuff. I just got to give everything up and leave, bitch. Everything, my library, all my books, all this stuff that's award-winning books I got from the library, all this stuff I have to get, I got to put my stuff in storage and I got to get the fuck out of here before these people put fucking evictions on my fucking record and try to fuck me up. I got to get out of here before these people try to put an eviction on my fucking record and all of this shit. So I have to give up my Section 8. I have to give up all of this stuff in order to do it. But the Most High, well, yeah, that's the only thing I could do. If I'm talking about God, then I'm going to just have to trust Him. Because He is abundant. There is no such thing as lack in Him. And, yeah, and when my family picked me up and came in, yeah, I got family now. Don't think I don't got no fucking family. I'm not out here alone. But I'm not the kind of person that's going to get, I don't want to worry my family. I'm okay. Not really. I didn't give them all the details until now. I told them the truth about what happened. Because I didn't want to worry them while I was still in Virginia. So once I got out, then I told them the truth about what happened. And yeah. So, Sag, I don't know. Dealing with, maybe with the police, King of Wands, and maybe first responders and all of this stuff, Sag, might be an issue, right? For you in some way. Or you could be one. And maybe, right? A King of Wands who made it, right? Because it is the cloud. So maybe they too are dealing with some mountains, right? With the Jack of Pentacles right now. These guys, what do they do with these? Yeah, because who is going to deal with this the Jack of Pentacles? Who's going to deal with him? Yeah, I mean, they need professionals for this type of, yeah. This is the self-harming. A person who's self-harming, who probably got dumped in some way. It does say safety officer, war casualty, swift termination, barbers. These are people who could have been like, what they call it? Could have been like entrepreneurs and stuff like that. And could be, yeah, like failing in some way. and blaming yes, like the government and all of this stuff for the problems that they are facing right now. It could be, like ex-military people, because who deals with these types? The military deals with these types of, with jacks mostly. It's the military that deal with our jacks. And the truth about it is that when you're dealing with psychological issues and stuff like that, who deals with those? The police deal with those, and the first responders deal with those people, guys. It's them, the first responders, the military, those type of people who deal with jacks, good or bad. Honestly. So with that in mind, the only thing that you could really do is really pray for them, because now they are necessary and we need them. But it's a matter of how you approach the situation with them. You gotta take the high road with them. Because, and then they don't have no choice but to follow. Because if you being respectful and you talking to them and because in this country we have freedom of speech, you could say certain things. But it's the way how you could go about saying things. It's channels, right, that you could go through in order to get your voice heard. No power is absolute. But now when it comes to because the King of Wands is, do you trust your partner's advice? So I don't know how. I just wanted to close. I didn't want to not use the cards. So damn, I'm already on 1 hour and 6 minutes. I ain't even want to do this. Really, not 1 hour and 6 minutes. But now before, so the King of Wands and the Ring. What's that? A lot of them probably are looking for promotions and things like that, but there's some mountain here is a challenge card. A lot of them King of Wands people who in this thing, I don't know, you probably won't be making the cut. Now, because it's the Skype, so it's cutting. So it could be, getting dumped. If you, termination, swift, firings and stuff like that. If these, because I said this, it's coming from overhead. So a lot of the overhead people who are responsible for a lot of them making these kind of programs, creating these kind of programs, and all of this other stuff. And probably outcomes. They want to know, okay, so the outcomes from all of these programs that are being created. Because here in America, what I notice is a lot of them, they go about causing all of these problems so that they could create programs and things to fix them. But now, they do. But now let's talk about outcomes of these programs. How are they doing? Are they delivering? How are they delivering services? Because that has a lot to do with education, competency, a whole host of other things. Oaths, agreements, all of this stuff that happens when you take a job. All of these, the planets, Jupiter is, yep. So I guess you could probably go fight with Jupiter and make it not happen, because these are the planets. This is what's happening with the planets, and Jupiter is out here twice with Saturn, the King of Wands. So the Emperor is at the top. So who would be the Emperor? And these probably the mayor mostly, if we're talking about cities. The mayors on the board, then y'all better be worried about your fucking, because the mayor would be the Emperor. So then now a lot of the people who are under the mayor are probably going to be subjected to reviews and all of this stuff. They're going to be, I'm telling you, yes, they have to. We have a new administration coming into the office, right? Going into office. New people, because these things, guys, our safety is at risk. Like now, domestic and abroad. So, the president has to do two things. He got to worry about domestic issues, lots of domestic issues that's happening in America. And he also has to worry about fucking abroad and people abroad attacking us, looking at all our fucking weaknesses right now. All the social, we got a lot of fucking weaknesses. So it is best. If you must be fucking crazy if you don't believe that they already walking around this motherfucker right here. I said that every place I've been since I left out of Virginia, I'm like, I don't know, maybe I've been in a fucking bubble or something like this, because I go back to Brooklyn and I see the kind of motherfuckers I ain't never seen before. Now at Wilmington I seen it too, but now now I will say that a lot, they already fucking they psychotic, walking around talking to them fucking selves. So I'm like, this man, where the fuck is he from? And why is he talking to himself? Now come the fuck on. What is this about? It made me nervous walking. My sister, moving where she lives. She lived like on a borderline of Queens. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And why I'm seeing these kinds of motherfucker people I ain't never seen in my life walking around before. Where is it that where you come? Even now in Richmond, when I got to Richmond, because of the kind of products before I closed I use, right, in terms of food, I like sorrel, these types of things, but I also like a lot of Hispanic stuff too, in terms of herbs and things like that for cooking, cheeses and things like that, right. So usually when I go in the supermarket, they have some sort of Hispanic aisle where I could go in there and get some, what I need, cheese, herbs, all these sorts of things, candles, all. In Richmond, hell to the motherfucking no. I'm like, wait, no Hispanic aisle? Where's all the Hispanic stuff? No, because they don't cater. Hell no, in Richmond they ain't cater to Hispanics. But right before I was leaving, yes, they started building. Yep. I'm like, okay, so that opens them up to a whole nother can of worms, messing around with the fucking Hispanics and what they bring to a fucking area. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, specifically, let's say like Mexicans, right? Because that's who come in, they working on the houses and stuff like that. They the one who doing all of this kind of work. So now in Richmond, I'm seeing a lot more Mexicans and stuff like that. Now, they do work hard and all this stuff, but they also have problems with alcoholism and shit like that. Yes, the fuck they do. They drink a whole lot. And because they drink a whole lot, and not to mention that they, also could be a problem with sexual sexual trafficking, stuff like that. Now, they do have, there is some correlation. So now, that's what I'm saying. And, I'm not gonna lie, there is some correlation with sexual things, issues with specifically Mexicans. And women, they drink a whole lot, and they have a problem with boundaries when they are drinking. Sometimes they could go too far, because there is this where I said, no, get away from me. In certain places with Mexicans. And especially in Wilmington, like, yes, they be drinking, they be intoxicated, and they come up to you. They come up to me walking up. I'm like, bro, get away from me. No. So this is from my personal experience. They will solicit it. Yes, they fucking will, to the right person. But they're usually intoxicated, drunk. So this is what I'm saying. But I don't want to have to be worrying about this. Walking around in a place. This is my country where I was born. I don't want to have to be walking around afraid of getting hurt, because of policy issues with the police and all this other stuff, and money and all of this other stuff. Like, come on, guys. Like, no way. There's something has to be done about the money and how it's allotted to the police departments and all of this other stuff, because they got to get paid, people. That stuff got now. So when we think about where money is going and all this stuff in this country, then then some of it needs to go to protection and making sure that we are protected in this country. I'm sorry, from domestic and abroad attacks. I'm sorry, and that means our military, the first responders, the police officers, all of that. They gotta be straight. They gotta have what they need. So it only benefits me to use my energy, to send love to them, so that the Most High God, please just send them all the resources and the money that they need to make sure that we stay safe, because it's a concern for me, Sag. I'm not fucking lying. As it pertains to Mars energy, this spiritual stuff is personal. It's my own personal power. Nobody can take it away from me. It's my personal power. So I get to use it as I want to. And I choose to use it in the energy of love mostly. I can't say completely, because there's always the opposite. What you want me to do? Not. I have to acknowledge it. But for the most part, it's always in the energy of love. Hate is not something I deal with, but not usually, because hate is never good. But I will go down into like disdain, and I'll use disdain or disgust or something of this to take your ass out. But never hate. I stay away from it because it's dangerous. That shit'll kill you. So it's an automatic lose. You ain't going, because listen, I said this before. I don't give a fuck. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is always 1 and forever equals 0. Hate is 0 to me. It's like a 0 when I see hate. It's 0. You gonna need a whole bunch of it, but even if I don't give how much you get of it, it's still 0. All you gotta do is apply the opposite to that, and that's love. And then for humility, right? You apply humiliation, and then you heal, right? Humility, all of these things, So you can't know one without knowing the other. So I say, walking this spiritual path and doing this, you will be surprised how much hate and acts of hate and messages of hate and people actually trying to fucking manifest my physical death. But I say go for it. But now you have to be ready for the response. So when you go about sending out your whatever it is you using to try to hurt people, then you have to allow for the other person to respond. And since you ain't in control of how the other person responds, they get to decide from which place they're going to respond from. I choose to respond from love, and love heals all wounds. But I just say, listen, it's with love that I intend to send your ass into even more darkness. Sag, I'm not fucking playing with it. So I'm going to stay clean and do what the fuck it is. Because it's imperative that I do. Because the way in which we going, the world, the way in which we moving towards, it's imperative that I guess all of us do it. In some way. Because who's gonna be responsible for your spiritual self? Yes, because Jupiter, I said this before. Jupiter will expand your ass to the next fucking part of your journey. Your soul to the next part of Jupiter will expand that motherfucker, your soul, to the next part of your journey. And a lot of you, now you gotta. I feel like the cops, like these first responders, it could be like a lot of. This is the thing, guys. Yeah, a lot of stabbings and use knives and things like that. So they might be dealing with this type of stuff. I just hope, see danger. I just hope that they are in their right states of mind when they go out there and do this kind of stuff. Because it is them who deals with these types of people. So yeah, for as Vice Sag, I don't know. It did come in 3 parts. It is a lot, but it is Sagittarius energy. If anybody can handle it, it is Sag. Oh, 36 power. Is that the node? That's the node, right? That's the North Node. Right? If I'm not mistaken, that's the node. That's not Leo. Let me see if I can find a Leo card. The glyph for Leo. Because I don't think that's Leo. I think that's the North Node. Let me see something. Cause I don't know if I ever seen this card before then. Or it's been a long time. Now, I had this deck for a while, but now, this card, I don't know. Because sometimes I can have a deck. See, that's not Leo. Nope. This is the North Node. I don't know if I ever seen this card. What is that down there? A cat? What is that? It's a cat sleeping down there, right? Yeah, it's cats, right? Is it 2? It's 2 cats. I never got this the first time I ever seen this card. Power, and that's the North Node. So the North Node, they both like at Libra, right? Libra, yeah, Aries and things like this. So we just got finished talking about the air. The Aries. That's like the Emperor and stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In the future, so they have to do this kind of stuff, like the mayor. Yeah, the overhead. Like they have to do this, guys. So it's just a matter if you on your A game and you doing your work, then I don't understand what the problem is. But these things that happen. But what it tells me is that at least some restructuring has to happen. Yeah. So I guess this is going to be happening coming up. It could be the heads of these places and things like that. It could be new programs. Yes, it could be, because the Ace of Wands, new people like Sages coming together in the future and creating programs and stuff to help talking about this, where the challenges and we're dealing with this archetype, the Jack of Diamonds, this guy. Yeah, how to deal with them, how to deal with this issue. And it's the diamonds, it's in the physical plane. How to tackle it, how to deal with it. So it could be mayors and all of these people getting together, or at least the higher ups, like the lieutenants and the detectives and all of them. Yeah, King of talking about how to deal with the rings of these motherfuckers. How to take them out, people. domestic and abroad. So that's what I'm saying. This is not only America, man. The planets and they everywhere. So yup, power. Number 36, the North Node going up, yup, in the future. And that's the Libra Aries. Got everything to do with, yup, the Emperor and law. Facing, yup, the law. In some way. I'm for the shits. Seriously, because now the truth is the truth, and the truth is, will set you free. I'm not a criminal, so I have no, I got a fucking open Facebook page. Looking for me where? How can't you find me? Let me get out of here, Sag. Sag probably wanted to spend a lot of time with me. There's a special Sag out there. A special Sag. He know who he is. It's a special Sag out there who sends me messages all the time. And I just want to say to you, Sag, that I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. He's probably going to laugh. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Okay? My love bug. Bye.